So, still got the mods. So I'm going to do standard mysteries instead of the mod showcase endless modes. Only because Nonar has not seen the actual way the game plays. So I'm gonna customize. Someone give me a word with 5 letters.
Nitai.
But
That's not.
but
But
no, I mean I have one, but
Butts.
it's similar.
to butts.
Butts.
Boats.
Boats.
Boats. Boats is 5 letters. Butts is... Oh, wait. Butts is 5 letters. Yes, it is.
5 letters.
I'm sorry.
Anna.
I'm sorry. Continue.
We're going with boats. Okay. Hang on one second. I just gotta check to make sure.
Can't it be like, I'd like to buy a vowel, R.
Or, okay. Alright. So, you have your characters, and I've unlocked, I want to say, the only thing I'm missing is one specific ending from one specific mystery, but you have to, like, get a fire axe from the mermaid mystery, and it's a pain in the ass to do it correctly. So yeah, you've got your standard characters. Kyrie is your spellcaster, as it were. She starts with a random spell. Aiko is the swim captain. She is one of the best combat characters. She has a combat speed bonus and just generally a monster if you want to just easy mode the game. Haru has a unique gameplay mechanic where he has to constantly have cigarettes to get the nicotine rush buff. If he does not have cigarettes, he suffers from nicotine withdrawal, and then actually has a combat speed negative, so he's slower. Let's see, Mizuki, hang on a sec, is an idol. She is basically the more people... She starts with a random ally. She is basically the... what's the word I'm thinking of? She's the pack type of person. Like, the more allies you have, the more buffs you get. And with one of... There's 2 specific traits for her. Parting Gift, where if you let a follower go, you get a +1 to a random stat. Or if you get the Fame perk, the more allies you have, the faster your combat actions are. Can be very good in specific situations. I've never been able to fully realize what she's been able to do. But it's interesting. This is Koji. He starts with a camera, which I believe slows down. Hey, Mala. I believe slows down the enemy at the beginning of every fight. Other than that, he's just kind of generic, middle of the road. He's not good, but he's not bad. Best Girl Mimi she starts with a scalpel, specializes in knowledge, so she already starts with a weapon that is designed for her. Her downside is obsession with the occult, so that she gets minus 10% reason at the start of the game. I'll explain reason and all that later on, but she's actually really high tier for starting, but you have to unlock her. Miku, what's the community? Chaos Waifu, is a... You unlock her through a very convoluted series. You basically... There's 2 characters that you kind of have to tank a run to get. One of them is Miku. So she starts out with strength, less perception. The higher the Doom gauge gets during the game, the more powerful she becomes, and I'll explain Doom later. But when Doom reaches 20, 40, 60, and 80, respectively, she gains 1 to every stat. Whoop, hang on. Ended up elbowing something here. Thank you. I gotta clean my desk off. So yeah, she gets 1 to every stat. So at 80%, she gets 4 to every stat, which then she just becomes a monster. Moriko is the other one that you literally have to tank a run to get. she starts with a shotgun. Hold on. But you have limited ammo, and it's very hard to get ammo. So it's really a specific situation. She also has an ability where any sort of melee attacks with a weapon cause her to attack faster. She's very good for there are specific runs that she is the ill-fated run is actually really good for her if you said it right. That's actually how I beat it with her with a specific ill-fated situation. And then Yashiro is a priest, kind of based on the character John Ward from Faith. He starts with a bronze crucifix, and he gets a buff based on his faith. He has his own custom stat called Faith. That the higher it is, the more damage he does. The lower it is, if you run from enemies, take damage, things like that, he starts getting negatives. You can also break the crucifix and then like something happens. I haven't really messed with him that much. Let's go with Moriko for this. Just to see how kind of bullshit she can be. Starts with a shotgun. Yeah, Dan starts laughing. So you've also got your backstories here. You can also have an extra twist to your character. The medical history, you start with extra experience and bandages, but every time I get hurt, I can cause an injury. Injuries range from minor to major, from like scrapes and scars to broken bones, dislocated jaws, things like that. It's not fun. It's a little tricky. The Hunted by the Cult, you get more unique combat encounters. But solving mysteries reduces more doom, so it's kind of a weird trade-off for the cult. The Seventh Curse. This one right here, if you happen to roll random and get this with Mizuki, you might as well just end the run. So you start out with more money, but you cannot have any allies. Every time you get an ally, they immediately die. It's literally a solo lone wolf run. The Ill-Fated, every skill event check is a 99% or 99 roll, so every skill check will automatically fail. So you cannot pass any of the skill checks. No matter what you do, no matter what, you can try and stack things, it's always going to be 100% failure. I actually was able to complete the Ill-Fated run with Moriko, only because combat at that point is what you're banging on to try and get that done. Knight Errant. This one's a little weird because you get a huge penalty every time you complete a mystery with an ending that is not A. So each mystery has like different endings, ending A, ending B, ending C, and so on. I think there's one of them has like up to E. But if you don't complete it with A, which is the best one, you get a huge penalty. But you get a huge buff at the beginning, so it's kind of you gotta play real fucking good to get that, and it's a pain. It's a real pain. I've tried it 3 times. I gave up. We're gonna play normal. That way we're not going off the manners here, off the rails. We're gonna play.
Balls to the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Initiate. Also, extra options. We're gonna be playing. There's 2 timelines. One is the standard World of Horror game, and then Timeline B, which is the Occult Capital of Japan, which is the one of the most recent update, the Halloween update. I know there's a Christmas update coming out. But unfortunately, real life stuff. The guy that makes this is a dentist in Poland, so real life stuff happened. He's not really able to work on it as much, which is fine. We're going to keep the content randomized, and we're going to leave that. So yeah, that's what we're going to work with. You have right now 2 options: Endless Mode, where you can just keep getting different either combat, different kind of skill checks, things like that. Classic Mode, where you have to fight the old gods. Then there's Scenario Mode, but I don't think that's implemented yet. So we're just going to go with Classic Mode, where you have to pick your old god. Each old god has a certain, they all have certain, what's the word I'm thinking of? Events. Are you recording an actual official Let's Play now? I mean, I might, but I've got someone in the call with me who has never seen this game before, and I'd really like to have a video of like how the game works. But yeah, each old god has a specific, I guess, debuff or a specific twist to the game. So, like, say Goizo here. If I chose Goizo, every time I rest at home, my doom it has a bigger doom penalty. Normal doom penalty is 3. I think if I rest at home with Goizo, it is 6%, and that is rough. That is insanely rough. Yolaths? I don't know how to say it. Casting spells costs a reason. Costing reason, doom would increase instead. I prefer Ath here only because I don't really deal with spells that much. I think it to be easier. Itohu? I do more damage and the enemies do more damage. That's basically it. Combat's a little faster, not horrible. Also a good starter if you're just playing. Spider God is a little rough because you can't run from combat. The only downside to this that I would see is the ghost enemies, because you cannot attack. Where's the hurdy-gurdy in this game? We'll get to that, don't worry. You cannot run from combat. So the ghost enemies, you can't physically attack them. So if you don't have a weapon, and you can't run, you're kind of boned. So if you get the spider run on a random, you're going to want to get a weapon ASAP to be able to fight the spider gods. Gotheg is he's basically, he follows commands. Basically, so you'll be going around doing mysteries and be like, don't investigate the school, or don't, only investigate this place. And if you don't do that, you get like a 1% doom increase. It's not horrible. I don't know if it does anything during mysteries, but what we're going to do, we're actually going to go with Itohu? Ithotu? I keep getting the...
Spiders, please.
What?
No spiders.
No spiders? Okay.
No spiders.
Also, each one of these at 100% doom has a special ending. And it's kind of cool. So yeah, this is what we're dealing with here. So yeah, both us and enemies deal extra damage. Only dealing with World of Horror, which is standard, character-exclusive perks. Once you unlock a whole bunch of stuff, you can kind of change the town around as you see fit. I could remove the police station and put in the occult shop if I wanted. I could remove the shop dog and just put vending machines, which I might keep. There's the illegal den. I might keep that for the ammo. But yeah, all this else hasn't been. Like, I could remove home if I wanted to, which is off the rails. Yeah. But I could remove all these if I wanted. Alright. So, let's go ahead and go to the home. Every time we go back to the apartment, we can check our mailbox. After a mystery, we'll usually get a key, which we'll see later, and this thing's always rattling. I don't know exactly what's in there. But this is the apartment screen for the most part. You can open up the windows, check the cabinets. Sometimes it has an item, sometimes it doesn't. And this is basically your UI here. You've got your items. You can only hold 4 at a time to start with. We're going to equip that old shotgun. So now you have slot A is generally your weapon and 2 trinkets. This is our character. This is Morika. Stamina, health, reason, mental. If any of these drop below 0, we are dead. Well, stamina, we are dead. Reason, we go insane. These are our stats here. These kind of determine whether or not we pass or fail a skill check at any time. Spells, if we had them, they would be here. This is our level. We're level 1. We have 0 EXP. Our status, if we have any injuries. Arachnus Deathicus. Fuckus Thaticus. Yeah, status is like any buffs, any injuries we get, things like that will be here. Any special attributes that we get will also be shown here. Allies and perks. If we add any allies, anything like that, any perks that we get from leveling will be right here. Town status. We'll get to this when we start completing some mysteries. There'll be some specific twists that the run will throw us. We'll go on from there. This is just general options. How much time has passed. This is just a run timer. It doesn't affect anything in the game. And we put the seed of boats. So we can see the full log of anything going through. Nothing major going on. So
you can also play dress up in this game.
we'll get to that. So this also shows our old god, our impending doom, what the special, quirk is for this old god, where we deal extra damage, and the actual old god, and then the settings. And then you can also, if you're like me and you can also color warning. You can switch these around to whatever you want. I like the Jaguar only because of the Vaporwave aesthetic. So, this is our character. We can watch TV. This really does not have any sort of specific use in the game other than to help unlock Moriko. You'll see a random TV thing. It's like, there's a girl missing in the woods, and then you got to keep searching the woods until you find her. That's literally it. You can also mess with the phone. There's a specific achievement tied to it. So yeah. And no, you can't call 911. Nothing happens.
The point.
So yeah, we can change our clothes if we want. This is our character here. Also, you can get more money up the top left. That always has money in it. So this is what we would normally start out with. We can wear the warm jacket, the tank top, or some of the other ones like option B, I believe. Did we go into B or did we go into A? I think we went into B. Some of the other characters have different outfits based on the timeline that you choose. I'm just going to go with this one. And then you can, check. You can go back to the town screen. You can take a bath. The bath is usually a good idea after every mystery because you can you have 3 options. You can get extra reason you have a maximum. So if I did cold water, I wouldn't get more than 22 right now. Warm water will get you a small EXP boost up here, and then hot water would give you extra stamina. You really choose what you need based on the situation. If you have an empty bottle, you can fill the bottle with water. This can be useful later on, only for specific situations. I'm just going to go.
How'd she lose her hair in the shower?
Okay, it's really meant to be generic. Not every bath scene is going to be specific for every character.
I wasn't sure.
I know.
That's just it. It was something I noticed. It was odd.
She's wearing a wig, Hannah. I don't think she is.
Yeah, she might be.
She might be. All
I'm
right.
just curious. I'm not judging.
So you can also get to your storage here. Anything above that 4-item limit will automatically be put into your storage. And saving loading right now is currently disabled. There were some issues where people, I don't know if it was like bugged and it wasn't acting right, or people were cheesing it so that like all the negative effects were messed up and like endless runs were getting cheesed. I don't remember exactly. Hang on. But right now it's disabled. I believe it's going to come back in the next patch. But until then, just no saving right now. Each run maybe take like a full run. It's 30 minutes, 30, maybe 40 minutes. Starting out, you just do one little bit at a time. So up here at the top, we have our timeline. You can mess with that if you want. That's just a little achievement. The game is set in 1984. So that's around the time of like your Junji Ito's and all that. The whole game is based around kind of a mix between Junji Ito and H.P. Lovecraft. Up here is going to be your Doom. Right now we're at 0%. As time goes on, this will start creeping to the right. As Doom goes up, you get a higher chance of just weird shit happening. At 100%, you lose, game over, no chance of redemption. Special ending based on the Old God, and GG, try again. Over here is our ammo. We currently have 2 bullets for Moriko. You can buy more from specific areas. Really, if you either the shotgun or the police revolver are going to involve ammo. This is cigarettes. That is mainly used for Haru. Or if you happen to get cigarettes, you will get the nicotine rush. I don't believe you get the. I don't believe anyone else gets the negative for running out of cigarettes. I'm not 100%. I haven't really tested it. I just went nuts on an endless run with Ico with the nicotine rush, and I ended up losing afterwards, but I figured I'd try it. Keys that we have, and then the version we're on right now, which is 0.9, 0.17 each one. So, how do we actually deal with the Old God? Right now we can go to mysteries. So right now, there's just a lot of weird shit going on in town. We've marked down 5 of them. We can tackle them in any order we want. They could either really mess with us later, or they could influence other mysteries. We got sailors, household, mermaids, festival, and scissors. If you've ever played the demo, the spine-chilling story of School Scissors is the demo story and also the tutorial story. Trying to think which one I want to do. I could probably get through Household Hell or the festival easiest. Mermaids is a fight. I'm gonna go
See, I'd vote mermaids, but if you don't want to fight, then that's understandable.
well, it's a fight at the end. Yeah, I need scissors 61. Okay, so we're going to go with Household Hell right now. So each mystery kind of has a story behind it, and it's all generic in that regard. So like this one right here is just saying there's a lot of old mansions, Triple O Manor. So anytime it says Triple O, it's just like redacted. There's a lot of mods which involve missing girls, and they'll all be like Triple O Chan. And I'm keep thinking it's the same girl, and this girl just like fucking is a ghost. But yeah, supposedly this mansion is haunted by the family of 4 who disappeared without a trace. So we'll hit investigate. And this is the main screen you're going to see for the most part. Each location has a specific thing you can do. Like downtown, we can shop at the dog, or we can go to the vending machines. We can talk to our neighbor at the apartments. We can go to the hospital. We can go to the schoolyard and the library, which I don't have Akamoto, so I should be fine. Seaside. So each location has a specific, other than the mansion, there's nothing specifically you can do there. Or the village, I'm sorry. These two, there's nothing specifically yet. This will come up later. So what I want to do right now is I want to go to the schoolyard. So these are our allies that we could potentially get. They're completely randomized in what they do. So we could ask them to join, which they don't want to, they don't want to, they don't want to. You can tell us a creepy story to this one. And then, okay, so she joined, but she has -1 luck, so she can get out. You can't let people go at any time. Generally, they're basically stat sticks. That's all they are. But until I get more EXP, I'm not going to really bother with it. Each mystery has a specific flow and a specific story that it follows. So the circled area is where the game wants me to go first. I can also do a side quest here, where I can investigate the seaside location twice to complete the side quest. It does get me more completion, but at the same time, I know that the seaside is not good, because this will get me like -3 reason, and the game is more about managing your reason with the skill checks. So I'm gonna not do that for right now. Also, your threat, the school threat level right now, everything's relatively going to be safe because of the Doom. It's below 20%. After 20%, things start going up. When you get to safe, medium, high, and then deadly, as it goes up, you start getting skill modifiers. So like you'll just lose like 1%, or -1 to all skill checks, or -1 to all stats. It starts getting real nasty. So we'll investigate the school. We're going to check the gym right now. I have mods installed, so you might see some stuff that's different. There'll be a name down here. This is the skill check, so you can. It plays a lot like a virtual D&D. You can do one of 3 things, and you can either pass it, fail it, or it could just be a static. You just chose the wrong thing. So there's an eerie sound coming from behind the door. We check it out. There's an abandoned classroom, seems empty. Once your eyes get used to the darkness, there's an unusual sigil drawn on the floor. Judging by the smoke, someone put out the candles the moment you entered. So we can either light the candles, pick up the book, or study the writing. Each one of these has a specific effect on us. It could either be negative, it could be positive, we could get an item, or we could get in combat. We are going to pick up the book, and we just got the Occult Diary. So this right here, we can use this item and we'll get -3% Doom. Or we could sell it if we really wanted to. We'll hang on to it for right now, and then we'll just resolve, and that's it. I want to make a D&D setting like this, or COC. Yeah, I mean, either one could do. This game was originally based around a card game. Well, there is a board game that's, I believe, World of Terror. But this was originally supposed to be a card game based on Junji Ito's work, if I remember correctly. And then I think it was either something happened and, like, something came up where he couldn't do that. So he just made this instead, like a virtual situation. So we'll investigate downtown. Okay, so this is a modded item. Someone outside of the development team made this, wrote the story. You can see at the bottom. So Haspin here did the story, and the art was done by C2070. So anytime you see something like this, this is a modded scenario. So we can either talk to this reporter who's doing a report on strange things, or we can run. Let's just say we are. So that's good. Minus 6% doom. So you see up here where it says rolled 1 by 5. That was a charisma check. So our charisma is 5. So if they rolled, like this is the way it reads here. This is, say, like enemy roll and then our roll. So if they rolled a 6, we would have failed the charisma check. I need to simp this Swedish man. Well, he's Polish, so, you know. He's very active on Twitter. He's a cool dude. So we found the mansion, according to this. And up here is more of just the actual story itself. So we found the mansion. So what we're going to do as well, and what I always recommend, at least myself, to do, is we'll shop for items. This is the dog, right here. This is the shop dog. It's based off of the dog, the Shiba that ran the little, like, tobacco shop. Also, you can poop his nose. Anyway, I always recommend 2 items. The flashlight, and if we can get it, you're going to do this. The compass. So the flashlight is +1 perception and can be used for specific situations. And the compass just gives me +2 experience per investigated every time I investigate. Now, we did get 4 doom every time we went to reroll for more stuff, so we're just going to use that occult diary and bring that right back down. So now we're at 9. And it's always a management game here with the doom. So yeah. And your items, like there are some scenarios where you'll need either a specific item, a specific ally, a specific perk. What a good boy. You know, things like that. Hang on, I actually realized I'm like way off on my... Hang on a sec, guys. Sorry. I'm just wrong on a lot of things today. It's just a day. There we go. Sorry, guys. Anyway. So yeah, you'll need like a specific item, specific allies to properly resolve it. So that kind of throws that randomness into it as well. So let's go ahead and investigate the seaside. So again, this is a modded thing. A hand seems to form from the horizon. It's getting closer and closer to the shoreline. Do we hide or do we run away? And it really depends on... I don't really know what this is, item is. Let's hide. Yep. So okay. So our luck is 6 according to this, but they rolled an 8. So we would have to have really high luck for this to pass. Yeah, we hide behind a rock, peek to find a hand sinking into the sand. Afterwards, the ground shakes, becoming a vortex, which you barely manage to escape. So we got an injury, which is just tiny cuts. Doesn't do anything, according to this. It's more annoying than anything. So thankfully we got away with a minor injury. We don't have to worry about it. I believe it will go away in time. So let's do the side quest. Let's investigate one more time just to show what the side quests look like. So this is combat. Searching along the beach for clues, you come across a strange metal object floating to shore. Your English is a little rusty, so is mine, feels like. But with some work, you can make out the writing. Interstellar Research Probe J15 2018. There appears to be no way to open it. The surface looks seamless. Before you can investigate, you hear a loud splash, and an astronaut walks out of the water. Killed everyone, not human, help. So this is a modded fight. There's 2 things to look at here. Number 1 is going to be his name and the title. His HP which obviously HP hits 0, that's the end of it. His power, so the higher his power, then the harder it will be to hit. Right now, because his power is so low, we can just whack at him with no. We don't have a chance to hit his lowered. The damage, though, is a little interesting because every time he attacks, Doom goes up. Most of the time, it's either stamina or reason or both. It'll be like plus or -1 stam every time they attack or something. But this guy does 3% Doom every time he attacks. So this could be kind of nasty if we want. Now you've got different options that you can do for your attack. You can either just punch him. We have a base chance of 80% to hit. We can hit him with the shotgun. We still have a base 80% chance to hit because of his power being so low. Or we can strong attack, still with an 80% chance to hit. The way that combat works is this bar here has to be complete. Well, it doesn't have to be completely filled, but you can only do so many attacks in one turn. This whole bar is one turn. It's 200 units of time. You can fit in as many of these as you can, so I could realistically, like, attack boost, an additional 10% chance to hit, and it'll stack. If I want to do this, I know there's going to be a 100% chance to hit, and then I could put in another one there. I could also do any sort of defensive actions where I could hit him and then choose to dodge. I could brace for impact, or I can meditate, which it'll cost me 2 stamina for 1 reason. That's like in extreme situations. Support actions, I could look for an improvised weapon, which will get me like a stick, but I have a shotgun to start with, so I'll be fine on that. This action requires an ally, so this will be if I have an ally with me, I could just basically ask them to distract, which if their power is really high, then their power will be lowered for the rest of combat. Combat skill, I could lower my experience by 5, erasing my chance to hit by 10% for the rest of the encounter. Not bad. This is Last Stand. I think it's like a desperation attack. Not the best, and that's only in extreme situations. Spiritual actions, if I'm fighting a ghost, which you would see up here, this is just a Eldritch astronaut. I could do these spiritual actions, which is like sever the ties to their world, throw money at them, or you can do the clap bow game. So if you've ever played those memory games where it's like it has to be a specific order, but they only tell you, like, you know, when you try and do a combination of, you have to do a combination of 5 claps and bows in a specific order. But it doesn't tell you, it only tells you, like, yeah, you think you got 2 of them right, so you have to figure out which 2 you got right and in what order. It's a game I hate, and I would only recommend ever doing that for the, for the achievement. There's an achievement to kill a ghost via clapping and bowing, and I was only able to do it once out of 6 runs, and it sucks. Anyway, since we've got an 80% chance to hit, we're just going to give him a couple of these. So that's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. So realistically, we would be getting 9 Doom. Could I just wail 2 of them off? 7, 14. I would still need 3 rounds. I could do 6 Doom. Or I can just run. Every time you run, you get a 5% Doom penalty. But I think my Doom is in a good spot, so I think I can get the experience. So let's do this. Boop, boop. Okay. Launch sequence. I'll just do that again. Yeah, sometimes they'll say stuff too. There we go. And one more, just to wail on. And then combat's done. We resolve combat. We get 20 experience for beating him. Learn the Cliff Mansion was built on its famous extensive cave system. Okay. So, okay, this actually didn't have the negative negative association. Excuse me. Hang on a sec. I have a little tickle in my throat. So, this right here, because of that side quest, gave us 2 items. One is the Shiokawa Herald, which if we look closer, there's a hint. So this will actually get us to one of the other endings of this mystery, which we'll do. So it just says that they found these caves, search for the missing team of scientists. The only clue was a code written on a wall 441 hertz. This is a number we'll have to remember because it'll come into play here very shortly. So we'll keep that. The Architect's Journal doesn't really do anything to us. It's a natural concert hall. There's really nothing we can do here. We're just going to pop that one right into our storage. So now it's time to investigate the mansion. So again, this is completely random. You just check the mirror and suddenly something looks weird for a second. 2% doom. There's nothing we can do. That's a static. This event, 2% doom, no matter what. So now we're in the mansion and we have to find a key. Each of these locations here is a place we can look, and we can either do a skill check, we can either do a combat, or we can just advance the mystery. Now, it's going to seem a little weird, because during these things we can get into random situations or random events that don't seem like they would belong in the mansion. Like we'll be in the mansion, suddenly be like you're walking around downtown. The events and the location of the mystery don't exactly line up in that regard because of the randomization of the game. So it may seem a little like breaks the flow for a minute and then comes back. So yeah, just a warning on that. Let's just check these rooms. As you round the corner to the corridor, everything goes dark. You try and let your eyes acclimate to the darkness, but it's an impermeable, inky darkness. You can see your own hands, you find it suffocating. So what we can do is we can either turn around and try and go back, or we can peer into the darkness. This is one of them that kind of got me because I'm expecting art. I'm expecting something, you know, here, and there's nothing. And this is a really good use of just blank space because you're just expecting something here, and there's not. There's another one that does that takes up all of this here, and it's really cool. I wonder if we'll get it. Let's peer. Okay. Fuck. You look around, trying to see a faint trace. You realize you're being watched. You can't see it, but you know it. You come to the realization that more than one gaze is watching. And okay, so we failed the perception check. That's a 10 too. Our perception would have to be way up there. So yeah, now we've been cursed. So cursed signs. Anytime we cast spells, raises doom. We don't have any spells at the moment, so thankfully we'll be fine with that. Unfortunately, it also marks our character, so she's going to look like this for the rest of the game now. So, sorry, Marco. One of the previous owners of the mansion like to read. Dusty tomes reach the ceiling. You don't have much time, but we can spare. Let's start with the shelves. Nope. Didn't. Okay, so nothing happened. They're just covered with a thick layer of dust. Basically nothing. We didn't find anything useful, but we didn't have anything negative happen. Okay, so it looks like we found the key, I believe. So now we have to find the exit. Or the door to the basement, rather. Shuffling sound. Pushing the wall. Oh, the dolls. So yeah, this is a vanilla encounter. This is in the game. So if you look here, again, power's low, low HP, but they do 2 damage to both my stamina and my reason. So they hurt. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm just going to have to eat probably 2. Of course. Okay. So thankfully, because I have the old shotgun, it does more damage with that weapon. If I didn't... Oh, I thought we got the key. So we're still looking for the key. Oh, shit. I misread it. Wow. You come across a man in a smoking jacket whose neck extends up through a hole in the ceiling. He fondles a tobacco pipe in what you fancy as a wistful manner. Let's, did we search the room, or... Let's search the room. Oh. Despite the man's ears being nowhere to be seen, he's still apparently able to sense your presence. He lumbers towards you and gives you a painful thump. Okay, so we just lost 2. He just whacked us. So we lost 2 stamina on that. As you're away in the mansion, your head starts feeling dizzy, and before you know it, you find yourself inside a weird room with a photograph on the wall. You don't recognize the face. It's moving, distorted, and feel it, but you can feel it. It is you. So we lost a reason, but we passed the perception check. God, this key is we're gonna have to search everything. Sometimes you can get really good on the run, and just get really good on the run and get it in like 2 rooms, or you can search everything. As you walk down a hallway, you hear scratches. Sounds like something small on the walls. Then it multiplies. Soon it sounds like scratchings from every direction: the walls, the ceiling, and the floor. Do we find out what it is, or do we just get out of there? No answer. Cool. Let's find out what it is. Try to learn where the scratches are coming from. Sounds like a swarm of mice scurrying, but when you reach a hole in the wall, you don't see any sign of them. You decide to stop looking. So -2 doom on that. So it actually turned out to be, you know, pretty generous in that. Sometimes it could be a lot worse, but it works out. We're going to resolve that. I don't. This key. Okay. So we found the study room. We did find what we were looking for. Okay. It was weird because it made it sound like I couldn't find the key. So I did find it. Okay, again. Anyway, you aren't sure what to expect, but we did find the secret room to the study. We're going to make our way down. Now, this is the underground chamber. There's 2 ways to end this. We can either just step closer and be done, or we could explore some more. We have a flashlight, so we can see in here. If we didn't have the flashlight, we would not be able to see this, and it would just be like, well, that sucks. You know, go on from there. So we see a knob on these speakers allowing you to change its frequency, and we can change it to whatever we need to. Now, if we look at the Herald, what did it say? 441 hertz. So what we'll do, we'll put this to 441 hertz. And it's different every time. So we will return to the main corridor after doing that. So the acoustics of the underground caves makes the waves in the machine tone make a ghastly melody. You move closer to the stone altar. 400, basically, yeah. So yeah. So because we did all this, because we set the speakers to the correct frequency, all that, we summoned this. And, so there's 2 ways to do this. We need an ally for one of them. We can bolt out, which we're probably going to do. You cannot kill this. 70% chance to hit. It's so huge you can't even do any damage. Is that an eardrum? Kinda. So there's 3 ways to end this. There's sacrifice an ally on the altar, and then it just kind of bounces. You can roll out and be done, which again we're going to do. Or you can try and do something, like if you do any sort of actions, the noise will get louder and louder until it eventually ruptures your eardrums. And that is a death ending. It's a special ending that is part of the 100% clear that I had to do. But that is a run ender, as does your girl have a face tattoo? We were branded with cursed signs. So that was from, yeah, an orchestra tunes too. I like this cave. There are some of them I had to go to about, was it like 1,000 hertz? Which, do you want to tell me what 1,000 hertz or so is? I assume it hurts. But yeah, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go. This is a special run. It does end combat and it does end the mystery. We decided to run from the cave. Haunting melody continues to follow you. It begins his reign of terror, and that's basically it. Just an octave higher-ish. Oh, okay. So this, we got ending B. Basically, that thing is just going to be out there wrecking fishermen. So we ran. So for ending the mystery, you don't get into painful frequencies until the 16,000. Wow. We got 30 EXP. Because we did the side quest, we also got 15 EXP. And we lost 4% Doom. We got 1 reason and 1 stamina, and time passes 1 day. The time passing doesn't really do anything as far as I'm aware, but it still has. I assume it's going to be a mechanic later. So we've got enough experience to level up. We got 109. As we level up, we can choose one of these perks and either a stat, or we can get some stamina and reason. Very similar to D&D or any tabletop RPG. So we have these options here. We can have +1 charisma and a natural ability to guide others. We can have the outdoorsman, where we have +1 luck, attuned with the natural rhythm of life, or deft handling, firearm melee attacks are 20% faster. These two are what I refer to as generic. There's no character attached to them, but deft handling is specific to Morrigan herself. We are going to take that because I bash things with a shotgun. So because we have this, now if I had leadership and I needed a specific, scenario, let's say, or an event or a skill check that I needed it could come in handy, but I think the combat's going to be a lot better. And then we're going to choose a stat. I'm going to go with perception, because I think that's going to be a lot more helpful. So after every mystery, the old god is going to stir a little bit. Shows image of her finger in the trigger guard. Listen, deft shooting. So the old god is going to stir and cause a negative effect. Cut off from the outside world, so the TV doesn't work anymore. And that's actually a save. Sometimes it could be where resting just doesn't heal as much. The bath doesn't work. Casting spells increases, like it has negative effects, things like that. This is fine. There's nothing bad. We just can't watch the TV at home anymore. So because we went home, we finished that mystery. Well, we found a small key. To access the final gauntlet, we have to have 5 keys. So as you can see up here now, we have 1 key out of 5. Nothing in there, but yeah, if we try and go there, TV don't work. Phone don't work either.
Did you turn it off and back on again?
It's not a printer. It's not a printer. But
Still an electronic device.
Just throw it on the ground.
Just saying.
So because we got home, we can also rest. I'm probably going to go for the reason, so I'm going to have cold water, and that'll put us back up to 2020. Also, I didn't show this off before, but because we are in our apartment, we can take a look through the peephole. Nothing weird right now. There's really only 2 things that happen here. You can either have your weird neighbor that peeks at you from over here, or someone stands in the shadows over here and just watches you. As far as I know, daft handling. As far as I know, there's nothing specific going on with that right now. It's just fluff. There's a light switch here as well, and nothing happens as far as I'm aware. There's also a thing here that says I could leave something to charge here. I haven't found anything here to do as well. So we'll go with that. This also doesn't do anything. If you want to mess with that. Yeah, none of it really does anything. Town screen. So you can see there's your home and lighthouse. The lighthouse here is the final gauntlet, where we need 5 keys to open everything up. So we're going to go back home, and we are going to start a new mystery. Let's do the sailors. I think is fine. The festival we might want to knock out. Well, no, let's do the scissors. I remember there being an eyeball in that window once. Yeah, same, but I don't know how to trigger that. I don't know if that's a specific seed. I have been trying to do everything I can to make that happen, but I don't know. I haven't been able to do it. Again, the school scissors is the demo and the tutorial mission when you first start out. It is based on I can't remember her name right now. It is the one that asks you if you're pretty, and if you respond, she cuts your sides of your mouth like the Joker. It's basically that. So right now, we're basically trying to stop this demon. So we left us with a notebook. If the rumors are true, we have to stop the tall woman with scissors. We have to perform a ritual to force her to appear in our dimension. And that diary is going to be right there. So there's two things to look at for this. One is going to be this sigil here that we have to draw once we find chalk, and then we have to find the candles. We can't perform the ritual right now because we don't have anything, and we can explore the school. We can also check out the lockers. Let's go ahead and check the lockers here. We need a tiny key for this, which we haven't gotten yet. That is a special item from one of the other mysteries, which we don't have, so we'll never get into that. And there's two other lockers here. We can get a wooden bat if we wanted to, but we don't need it because we have a shotgun, so we're just going to sell it. And then there's the other locker. There's that. That's in that locker. It's not a good locker. Anyway, we are going to explore the school now. Oh. So, this is two ways to go about this. This is a modded, but only for Etho2 event. We can see the old god just destroying everything in the what is it called? Hectatomb? Something like that is, I believe, what it's called. It was more entertaining than anything when I went to school. Yeah, you didn't have a locker full of sausage. It's just even his final form. We're going to say it's beautiful. Yeah, so there's two ways to go about this. You can say it's horrible. Doesn't do much. I think he just gets mad and does like 10% doom. But by saying it's beautiful, we get the 50 experience, which will help level up. So yeah, while it seems horrible, it's really not as bad as you think. So yeah, we just basically said, wow, that looks really cool, bro. And he's like, yeah, cool. Do you want some experience? That's basically it. Something horrible is happening within the school. You gotta hurry and find the items. So we're just gonna keep exploring the school. As you're walking through school, you find a long-time disabled classroom open. As you enter, everything seems M. So let's check the drawers. Cool. We did find an item, the flashlight, which we already have, so we are going to sell it for money. Most in that last room was the yellow sign. Yeah. Okay. So now we got to go up to the roof. Let's peek outside real quick. Let's take a little look-see. Hey, it looks like someone's there. Oh. Oh, okay. Do you want something? Do you... Bud? What's going on? Can we help you? Do you need something? Oh. No, it wouldn't let me. It won't let me do it again. I went too far. So yeah, that's all that is. You can't do it again. Jehovah's Witnesses, yeah. All right, so let's keep exploring school because we're going to go up to the roof, go get the chalk. Huh. This shouldn't be here because of the old god we chose. Well, something's wrong. Instead of a clear blue sky, you see the bloated corpse of a long-forgotten deity looming over the school's roof. The barrier between worlds is coming apart. You must hurry or risk being noticed by whatever other Eldritch horrors still lurk there. So we're just going to sneak and fail. You try to raise your head in time to see Athiel's single eye glaring down at you. You scream as your mind is flooded with forbidden knowledge, and your skin is etched with ancient runes and curses. We already have the curse signs, so again, we don't really have to worry about that too much. So, in a way, this is a benefit. We got 20% 20 experience, not percent. Alright, so we found the chalk. So now what we need to do, we need to check, we need to try and recreate this star and circles as best we can. The star's already there. Maybe it's not. Okay, was that it? No, the star is supposed to be upright. There it is. I think that's it. There wasn't any other circles, yeah? Yeah, no, that looks fine. That looks good. Alright. So, we still can't perform the ritual because we need the... yeah, ritual's not ready. We need the candles as well. So we're going to keep looking for the candles. While scouring the internet for possible new leads, a program starts downloading without your consent, and soon a pop-up window blocks your view. At surface level, it doesn't appear to be an advertisement, but rather some kind of astronomy tool. Our knowledge isn't that high. Computer Science Club? Oh, okay. You managed to convince the president of the club that whatever is going on in your school is abnormal. Fascinated by the case, he geeks out, decides to help you. So we did get an ally. This is Kazumi. Cheaper treatment and surgery actions. That's fine. Sounds of scissors is getting louder. We have to hurry. And it's always going to time out where you'll find the... Okay. Where you'll always find the chalk and the candles before she gets there. Is whether or not you can get the sigil right. This is why this is the tutorial. Colonel, no. You're already late for class. You sprint in the corridors. Hear noises from inside the classroom, a faint moan, a loud sigh, and some heavy breathing. Let's put our ear to the door. Hear a soft moan in a rhythmic cadence, dragging of desks followed by the tearing of flesh, a moan and a shriek followed by skittering sounds. The moan is replaced by a low guttural growl and the sound of bones breaking. Silence follows and all you can hear is the sounds of mastication. That is chewing, by the way. You quickly decide not to open the door. Okay. So we have the candles. We have everything we need. So now we can get rid of the diary. Oh, we can gain a level 2. This will help us. Quick thinking is usually not bad. Art knowledge is also... These are all pretty good. I'm going to go with quick thinking. And I'm going to up her dexterity twice. So 2 dexterity will definitely help with some of these. Nurgle candle, yeah. With this. So yeah, we're going to perform the ritual. And something's going to happen. What's up? Ah. She wants in. Knock knock. Girl Scouts. You got Thin Mints. So yeah. What I find hilarious is that you can just sit there. Nothing happens. She can just bang all she wants. She can get real mad about it too. Babe. No, okay. I am on timeline B. That's right. Okay. You take a step back as a writhing, amorphous mass slowly takes place. Shape. A pillar of heads is nearly reaching the high ceiling. Each face has the same expression of pure hatred, each mouth asking the same question, am I beautiful? So, there's 2 ways to do about this. If this was on timeline 1, then you would, or timeline A, you would be fighting the Scissor Woman. Timeline B kind of twists everything to have different enemies, different endings, things like that. So this, we literally have to guess. This is that game I talked about, where it's the correct thing of bows and claps. I did not put that away. So it's 2 claps at the beginning. I know that much. Thankfully that goes into there. Other than that, I don't know what these 3 are. I don't know. There's absolutely no way of, as far as I'm aware, there's no way of knowing. Yeah, there's really no way of knowing. You only get the first 2. As far as I'm aware. Yeah. So, we are just going to go with this. Clap, clap, bow, and it'll tell us. Alright, first move is correct, we get experience. Second move, correct, we get experience. Third move, wrong, we lose 2 to everything. Fourth move, wrong, 2 to everything. Fifth move, correct. So that's it. That's the whole thing. Again, because that was timeline B, that's all we really get for that ending. The timeline A, allows us to fight her and either lose and get a special ending, or win, and depending on whether or not we did the sigil correctly, we can either win and banish her, or we can defeat her, but then pick up her scissors as a weapon. Not horrible, but it's not as good as most weapons compared to like the katana or the scalpel, things like that. So yeah, that was ending D. And like I said, some endings are only available in certain timelines. Let's see. So yeah, 45 experience, that's fine. Minus 4% doom, we're still on good pace. One of these, we're still fine. Time passes. Okay, so the roads leading out of town are closed by the police. We'll have to find a new way out. Now what that does, any investigating either the village, the mansion, or the forest is going to cost an extra 1% doom. Not really the worst, but not really the best either. Could be, I think it's negated with the map if we had the map equipped, but we don't, because I would really prefer to have that compass. Either way, we're going to take the next key. We're up to 2 keys. Nothing in them. After you get your initial item, nothing else is going to pop up, but I always do that just out of habit. Nothing on the light switch, obviously nothing there. Let's take a bath and let's get that reasoning back. Let's check the... Yeah, there goes our neighbor. That's it. That's all that happens. So yeah. Let's do... Boom, 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 boom. Let's do the mermaids. Let's do the mermaids. You're not afraid of fish, are you, Hannah?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay. Because we're not going in the water. We don't have to deal with the water, but, you know.
Okay, as long as there's no going in the water,
Yeah, we're not
that's
dealing
fine.
with the water. Yeah.
The actual creatures in there are fine.
Yeah.
It's the water that's the problem.
I got you.
Not a meet again.
Cheaper, okay. Okay, so both of these are good. Cheaper pharmacy items, +1 strength, so they get to stick around. You can also go to the roof. I don't believe it has been implemented, like set up a telescope. We don't have a telescope. I've been able to find a telescope. I believe the rooftop has not been implemented yet. Can't talk to her, says you should probably leave her alone. Oh, there's 2 more dudes. So you can share a story with them and it might creep them out, or we can threaten them with the shotgun. I don't think we want to do that because that will jump our doom up pretty high.
Why not?
Because that will jump our doom up pretty high.
But why not?
Do you want to get threatened with a shotgun?
Person in a video game, maybe.
You're weird. Let's see if the vending machine can give us, let's see, soft drinks. The cigarettes, I believe, will give us the negative perks. We don't need that. +1 dexterity until the end of the current mystery. Not horrible. It is something we can drink. Alright, let's start looking downtown. Start taking a look, see what we can find. Ooh, interesting. You got the town's library, might have better information. You make a quick stop. Step up to the librarian's desk where you can speak. She points to a table that has several books. She seems to stare hypnotically at what looks to be a bunch of photos spread out before her. What if we take a look at the photos? It's you with a dark image looking over your shoulder. Ah. Interesting. Let's travel to the school. Wowzers. A man turns a corner and runs past you screaming. Flames are eating away at his skin. The fire burns purple and orange. We can either look for water or call the firefighters. Firefighters will be dead by the time we get back there. It takes more water than it should to douse the flames, so eventually he's extinguished. An ambulance arrives soon after. You've done a good thing. So we did get some reason out of that. So also the story behind this, if you happen to look up here, is that girls are disappearing. One of the janitors is just kind of snapped, and he's kidnapping girls and trying to turn them into mermaids. The only way that you could realistically make someone into a mermaid. So now we have to find one of the missing girls. Me and my Scooby-Doo team of people. Ritsuko was the most promising athlete in the school. When she suddenly disappeared, the case was quickly closed without any suspects. And now she dug herself out. So yeah, this is vanilla. This is in the game. 15 HP. No lower chance. I think after like 40 or something you start getting that reduced. Repeat what? My brain, like, my mouth went faster than my brain. So, all we're going to do, we're going to give her a couple bops. 5, 10, 15, 20. There we go. Done. Mermaid? Yeah, mermaid! Yeah. You find a notebook containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and mermaids. Yeah, how else would you turn someone into a mermaid forcefully? You figure that out. You sit on that. So we're going to go to the Morbid School, which this was a place that was closed down. This place only pops up during the Mermaid Mystery. So we're going to investigate it, and I know we're going to lose that -2 to... Yep, or -1, I'm sorry. This is always going to happen whenever you investigate the Morbid School, that someone has scattered rotting fish guts everywhere and hung up the countless fish heads. Yeah, so that's always going to happen. I've found there's no way to stop it. Wherever the kidnapper may be, they seem to be really obsessed about mermaids. Inside the science lab, you find a plan of the town sewer system. They've marked a path leading from the sea directly to the school building. So we're going to keep looking. The museum started hanging up posters promoting the Greek art exhibition, unaware of the danger. The opening night may prove to be the last night for all of us. Ethotu was coming, and now we know the date. So this is again a specific event because of the old god that we have. The basic story is that they found this old god preserved in black marble, and they're going to show it off. And they don't know it's an old god, but it is an old god. So we're going to do a thing real quick here. Oh, I didn't have the monument on. Good. Fuck me. Alright. I'm just going to keep going then. In the Redacted Museum, a temporary exhibition featuring some drawings made by Gottfried Baganoff, recently rediscovered polymath from the 15th century has begun. Baganoff's works, Baganoff works all seem to share the presence of a statue eerily similar to one that is going to be shown at the museum. Maybe we should go. Pick up some notions about Ethotu that you think will help in fighting him. Just some experience. That's it. That's a minor one. You suddenly fall unconscious and have a vision of searing flames engulfing you in an inferno. You feel like you're being charred, your insides are burning, you hear the echoing laughter. You endure the pain until the vision abruptly stops, and with it the searing heat. Ancient knowledge fills your head. Shadow Shroud? That's not good, because if we cast that, we are going to have a buttload of doom because of our double cursed signs. So what we're going to do is you can actually forget spells and gain a reason back. So we found where the janitor is. We found, hopefully, where the missing girl is. And we're going in to fight. So we're just going to take a look. So we bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, at least the upper part. The tail of a fish has been crudely sewn in place of her legs. She was too weak and died, but maybe we'll do. Now there's two ways we can go about this. And I forgot about this because of Timeline B. We can either prepare ourselves. If we just prepare yourself, it is a fight. He's a hard fight. He's a hardy sumbitch. And he sucks to fight if you're not ready. I want to notice his face. He's so lonely, he stammers, taking a step forward. For years, I've dealt with this void inside of me. Each night I dream about a city underwater. I realize that's where I truly belong. And he says, let me take you there. So either we can agree, and we can go with him, or we can send an ally instead. We have 3 allies. So go on. Yikes! Okay, have not done that before. You push your surprised ally right into the embracing arms of the janitor. Before they can say anything, the fisherman opens his mouth, revealing 2 rows of shark-like teeth. He bites your follower in the neck, almost decapitating them in the process. You're too shocked to do anything. This will do, he says, smiling and opening up the manhole. For now. Okay, so I lost my cheaper pharmacy things, but I still have Kazumi. So yeah, I have not done this one before. I always ended up... I think if you go in, it is a massive stamina, if I remember right. It's been a while since I did that one. But yeah, no, I never sent an ally because I never had allies at the time. Wowzers. That is a face. Alright. Oh yeah, we did lose 2 reason, but... You know. Anyway, we're going to pass out now.
I don't know, I think he's okay looking.
Well. Now we know what Hannah's into. Was the talk about the underwater city just an excuse or a crazed serial killer? Or did the janitor really believe in the mermaid city located somewhere deep under the waves? Whatever the case, you really should see a dermatologist about your skin allergy, with each day is starting to look more and more like fish scales. So, we didn't do the side quest because that was a negative if we finished it. We did get 30 experience, which I think puts us over. Minus 4% doom, plus 1 to stamina and reason, and a day passed. So we're going to level up real quick. Ammo stash. This is good. We can gain 1 to 2 bullets at the end of each mystery. That is very good. So we're going to take that. And we are going to up our dexterity, charisma. Charisma is probably our best one. And we'll go with that. So, okay. So, the next Old God negative that we have is that the hospital, like, we're going to have to pay to get to the doctor's office because there's a plague epidemic going on right now, which topical. So yeah, we don't really go to the hospital that often, but treatment and surgery are going to cost more. We're going to go back to the home. Small key that never really changes as far as I'm aware. We're going to take a bath. And I think we're at maximum, so we're just going to take the EXP boost. Still can't watch TV because shit's borked, y'all. Take a look through the peephole. Still a weird neighbor. Still being creepy. So we've got 2 more to do. We can either do the festival, which I think... No. Let's do the sailors. Sailor one isn't that bad. There is an unavoidable fight at the end, which I want to be prepped for. So yeah, basically, more shit from the deep. Fisherman caught something up. It's really creepy. Started mind controlling him. So we're just gonna head to the fish market and see what we can do. You've seen that red van a few too many times, where you start changing directions, going off your path, stopping by shops and bars without rhyme or reason. But they're still behind you. Confront them, bad idea. We can run away, or we can hide and call the police. That was weird. I'm not sure what confronting them is. I don't want to really destroy my run, so let's run away. We decide to run from them. As you turn a corner, you run into a crowd of tourists and manage to hide between them as the van passes you. You see you evaded them, but are they going to come back? So minus 3 doom, that's fine. We do lose a reason. I have a shotgun. Yeah, I know, but... I'll check something real quick. Illegal den. So yeah, these are generally items. It's another shop where you can get some illicit items, addictive drinks, things like that. Plus 1 reason for each ally if I had them. This one gives me a hangover for the rest of the thing, and it's not a good idea. I could restock and get more ammo if I wanted to. And I was kind of hoping there'd be more ammo, but I don't want to keep re-rolling because that doom will start jumping. While walking through the city, catch something looking up, you see enormous planets floating in the sky. We're going to ignore them. You decided to ignore the plants, but you can still feel their presence. Oh, +3 doom. Huh. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, Christ. Neat. God, this poor girl looks so fucked up. Anyway. Why couldn't I use the shotgun against that? So, we went to go investigate. We went to go talk to the fisherman. This timeline looks amazing to play. So, the timeline's pretty sick. A lot of this is mods, though. I did involve a mega mod pack. Did you try and read the text in the black bubbles? I tried. I can't read it. I'd have to actually pull up the ITO file and look at it and see what's going on, because that was a modded one. But there is a mega mod pack in the I had linked it in the Steam discussion. Someone had asked about mods, and I linked it. It's a Reddit thread. I did go through and filter out some of the not safe for work ones, and they're not as horrible as you'd think. Like, but it does involve tentacles coming out of places where tentacles should not come out of. And some, you know how Twitch is when it comes to, the female anatomy, let's say, which is fucking stupid. So yeah, I filtered out some of the stuff that might get me like hit. But yeah, it's a lot of modded stuff, but the actual base game itself is still pretty sick. Sounds top Japan, yeah. The base game is still pretty sick, and the modding community is still working on a lot of good stuff. This was an old mod pack I picked up too. Following the clues you gathered up on the missing girls, you go to the mansion. Searching the various rooms, you find a trail of blood. Following it brings you a room filled with corpses of the missing girls. Faint laugh comes from the corner of the room. Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. So she does 4 damage to everything. So we are going to fix this. 714. I could just shoot. I do have a gun, after all. I do 16 damage right off the bat and then just go. Just fire. So 16. 21. I could theoretically end her in this. Let's see. Got her. Got her. Got her. So yeah, now we got Ringing Ears. All combat actions are slower until the end of current mystery. Not horrible. But that thing could really mess us up. I don't even think the boss hits that hard. So we're going to check to see if anyone else caught one of these very bad, and I'm just going to sell that steak knife because I don't need it. One of these very bad oozes. Walk past a candle and stop. In the heart of the flame, you see the figure of a man. You feel a pull towards the lights. You find your hand reaching out to touch the flame, and we are going to snuff it out. Hot wax splashes over your face. Oh, what a dick. If we got that, we would have gotten some doom reduction. We're starting to get a touch high on the doom. Not in a worried situation, but we're still getting there a little bit. We might have to start managing a little bit here. Something gigantic and invisible leaves a deep void in the sea. It's not moving, but you swear it's watching you. -2 reason, can't do anything about that. And sometimes they are just static events. You cannot affect them in any way. You just get them. In front of you, a makeshift altar made for Ithotu. The old god influence is spreading. We're just going to extinguish these flames. Spot a nearby blanket and use it to smother the flames. The only thing left behind is charred flesh, skulls, and burnt hair. We're going to take the hair. We're just going to get rid of it. Going to drink this. I'm also going to get rid of it. I did get a torch. Doesn't do much for me, but I can hang on to it just in case. So we're going to investigate the beach, and we're going to see that there's nothing nothing on the beach right now. Everything's dark, but we're going to see the fishermen's boats out there. We're going to see who's on board, and then we're going to find this. Throw your torch. Let's light them up. Throw the torch, and the ooze instantly ignites, quickly turning the whole beach into a burning nightmare, devouring both the black substance and the corpses. Force you to retreat and find cover. And that's it. Voidy McVoidface, yes. So, that actually worked out pretty well. If you did not have the torch, you would have to go into combat with it, and he does hit like a truck, but I believe only to reason, if memory serves. Because we did that at the last second, we did get the torch, which allows us to light everything up. So, yeah, they'll report on the goo, and then we're just... Okay, so we didn't really stop anything. We just killed one of the main goo things. But we did get 45 EXP, minus 4% doom. Got that, and we did get a bullet, so we're back to where we should be. We are going to level up. Now we only have the generic ones for the most part. I am going to take probably Outdoorsman, and I'm going to take Dexterity again. All right. Something wrong with the tap water. It's black and oily and glistening, smelling like death. You hope it's a temporary issue. We can no longer take a bath at home. Got one more key to get, but we cannot use the bath anymore. They didn't fix the water. Black. You're not going to wash yourself in that. Okay, this is fine. This is good. This is fine. We have one more thing we can do. Oh, there's our friend over there. There's our buddy. He's gonna hang out. Yep. So yeah, this is fine. The last mystery we can rest as much as we like. But we're gonna play it relatively correctly. So there's our last one is going to be a festival. It's held every 27 years in a small village. Parents said that you need a break from the stress, so they send you out. There's a letter with a bus ticket that your aunt says you should come and attend. So this one is more the world is burning down around you. Yes, it's fine. So this one plays a little bit differently than the other mysteries. Is that you can't freely explore where you're going, kind of similar to the School Scissors. You are kind of railroaded into a small area, but you can explore different areas on a map. You get up and take a deep breath before looking around. A small village and nearby fields are surrounded by a thick forest. A fat man wearing dusty overalls approaches you. It's the inn owner who promised to pick you up. Following close behind him, your eyes are drawn to his hands, which are so deformed they resemble claws more than hands. So this is going to be our map over here. To progress this mystery, choose actions that will advance the clock. As you learn about the terrible secret of this village, more actions will unlock. So while we're here, we can actually go ahead and check out the inn, and we can relax a bit. Excuse me. We can relax and get, extra things on here. There are other things we can do. I'm not going to do them right now. But there is a hidden item that you can get in the... If you look through here, it's a hidden item. Yeah, base game. So we're going to relax. So we can go ahead. This is a free action. We can advance the clock by looking around. Every time we rest, by the way, our doom will start creeping up. Strange people dressed in black have been hanging weird posters all over the village. You don't give them much heed, but the more they pop up, the greater your curiosity becomes. Creature of the night, she may look innocent, but do not be deceived. She is a shameless harlot, trying to turn men away from good. Hold steady to your faith, and if you see her, report her through the Order of Hecelius. You don't know what to believe. Either vampires do exist in secret, or these people are very dangerous lunatics. So we can check the festival, I guess. Let's see what's going on in the festival. You can buy souvenirs. You can look for friends if we wanted to farm allies. That'd be a good thing for Mizuki. Let's just enjoy the festival. And you see the street vendor's twisted grimace. You back off, wishing it was only a mask. Oh, okay. Just took a fucking... Okay, cool. Weird sound wakes you up. You step closer to the window and look out. You can't see anything, but you're ready to go back to bed when suddenly the moon comes from behind the thick clouds. 3 hooded figures are standing at the forest edge. One by one, they light their torches and disappear behind the trees. Who are they? They all wore strange masks. Should you follow them into the forest or try and find more information about the festival? So now, we can actually investigate the forest. Let's actually check the forest real quick. And it's just basically the forest exploration as normal. All normal events will happen here. You hear a gunshot. Following the source, you reach a suspicious couple whispering in the middle of the deserted road. Blood slowly drips from the woman's mask, through which you can only see a mass of destroyed organs. This, however, doesn't seem to bother her in the slightest. We're not going into this. We're just going to watch. You hide in the brush, watching how the policeman shoots the woman 3 more times in the head point blank. Somehow she doesn't even flinch, and you only see the spray of the exit wound and dark blood pouring out. Next day, 4 people are found dead around the town. The police are clueless. Yikes. We're gonna just go ahead and check again. Destination, you see a team of firefighters trying to stop a fire inside of an alcohol store. The products inside possibly made the fire worse. One of the firefighters near the fire truck yelling into a walkie-talkie, visibly panicked. We're going to ask what happened. No idea. These fires are fierce, even if they're alcohol fueled. This is absolutely insane. Firefighter gets a call on his walkie-talkie again. So, because this is modded, it looks like Win Prize isn't there, so nothing happened. Something is watching you from behind the trees. Let's explore the village. Let's see a ground. You can see on the ground a dried splat of blood. It doesn't look too old. You feel nervous. Ask the villagers. You see strangely when you inquire about the blood. If you start to leave, you feel you're being followed. I've seen the charisma check pass, and it's like some kid bopped his head on the ground, like riding a bike. Going back to the inn, you overhear 2 masked villagers. They're talking about something awakening up at the next dawn. You wonder what's up with that. It's not safe here. You decide to block the entrance to your room with a nightstand. Festival is ending tomorrow, and you can't be too careful. Villagers seem to follow your every step here. I'm just going to keep checking the forest. While walking on one of the trails, you notice an abandoned car covered by a multitude of fungi and disgusting growths you never had seen before. Interesting. You have to get close to the car's dusty windows to be able to look inside, but you can only notice more of the growth sprouting from the car's interior. Since the driver's door is sealed shut, you press a handkerchief to your nose and open the passenger's door. In the glove box, you find an old map, mostly spared by the fungi. Just keep looking. We're just going to stop and relax. And it suddenly got very quiet. There is everybody. There's blood. So now we have to find the missing people. A trail of blood and sickly smelling sludge leads to an outskirt of the village. Somewhere in the dark forest there's an answer waiting for you. So we have to basically explore the forest. Because we explored the forest so much, we don't have to look as much. Follow the faint sound to a telephone line pole. The moment you notice giant hairy balls underneath it, they start to twitch and rise. So yeah, there's this. 10, 15, 20. That's a lot of doom though. 10, 14, 16, 17, 18, 20. That's 19, I'm sorry. I can count. Just wail on it. So yeah, he does 3% doom. Kind of sucks. So this has got to be the place they took everyone. We're going to rest once and then go. While exploring the factory, you're caught by masked people you've seen from the inn's window. Tied up, they bring you to the cult leader. We knew you come. You hear a voice, your aunt's voice, coming from behind the priest's weird mask. She signals towards the door. Our master is waiting for a final blood sacrifice. Oh. Oh. Nope. Nope. Nope, nope. Summoning ritual must be stopped at all costs. So, yeah. So because this is Timeline B, Timeline A, you don't fight this thing. Timeline B, you do. I don't believe that there is... You can't... Yeah, same situation. Like a coward. We can also attack the priest. We have to do a certain amount of damage. We're going to run. Yes, run. Only because our Doom is not at a place I want it to be to attack like that. With a loud bang, the ancient horde disappears and the high priest falls to the floor, grabbing their shoulder. So this is technically ending B? Oh, ending A. So yeah, basically the police stop. Same ending as in Timeline A if you do everything correctly. So, not a horrible thing. I just can't. I can't afford that Doom. So we lost some Doom there. That's good. We did get a level. We're going to stand at the end of each mystery. Not going to help us. I'm going to go with Perception. And I'm going to go with Strength. So now, we have all 5 keys. We have 3 bullets. Let's get this. They have all 5 keys. We're going to go back down. Okay. We're going to go back to the lighthouse. And we're going to crack open this case. This thing like a Kinder Egg. Alright. So now we enter the lighthouse. When you go into the lighthouse, there is no going back. You cannot go back. You can rest, but every time you rest, it's 2% Doom. You can access your storage to, you know, like we could, I don't know, we could sell that to someone here in the lighthouse, I guess. But yeah, once you enter that lighthouse, that is it. There are no go-backsies. You can try and rest up if you have enough Doom. Otherwise, this is a gauntlet of skill checks. Generally, it tries to kill you at this point, either through reason or stamina loss, which we're in perfect condition right now, or through Doom. So we are going to start climbing. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect to the door to a hole inside the central pillar. There's a switch inside. You'll have to risk getting cut by the numerous glass shards and knives. It's just a hole. This is Perception, Dexterity. So, you can feel the sharp glass ripping your flesh as you search for the switch. Finally, you grab a cable. Follow it with your bleeding fingers until you find the button. You lost 3 stamina. That's kind of how it works. If you pass it, cool. If not, you have an issue. You find a metal gate. Again, the cable that should be powering it is currently disconnected. The power box is covered in moist goo. This is Strength. Yep. So if you failed that, there'll be another stamina loss. Stop. Wait a minute. Someone's been taking your photos. They're focused on the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong. You can't say what. Select the enemy you fought as the second one. So that is going to be probably the puppet matron, if I remember right. That is correct. If it's wrong, I think you take like reason loss or something like that. Again, does it? Wow, this is weird. Install. Now they're trying to say what this. They're asking what the second mystery is that we did. This one. Scissors. Yep. I'm not good. I don't have a good memory, so. Wow, no fight this time. Interesting. Usually I end up getting a fight that tries to, like, get you via Doom. And I just shoot him 3 times and that's the end of it. Following the winding staircase, you're stopped by a metal gate. A tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you will power up the gate. Grab them. Not enough knowledge, so I just went and fried myself. But by passing those 5 checks, we get up to the top, and that's the run. fog lifts, and then, even though we're not in the picture, we won. And that's that. That's the base, not base, but that's basically how World of Horror works. Kind of cut it a little close, I think, because I was fucking around for a lot of them. But yeah, we got 3 new events. So yeah, that's basically World of Horror. Solid
It's
run.
interesting.
Very. There is a way that I can do an endless run with just modded items. But it's a very interesting. If you're into Junji Ito like I am, if you like RNG runs, text-based, and I love the aesthetic. It's a 1-bit pixelated, very similar to the old Macintosh like user interface 1.0. Like back in,
Yeah,
like,
that's
the
what it was
80s.
reminding me of.
That's what it's supposed to be replicating. There is a way to turn off the where is it? Extra. Yeah, you can turn this off if you wanted, but I kind of like it myself. But yeah, you can turn off the palette customization. You can play it with a gamepad. Skip the tutorial. We're gonna leave the creepy neighbor off because that's an alt-tab jump scare, and that sucks. But yeah, that is World of Horror.
The actual images aren't terrible. It's that
No, yeah.
I could see jump scares being being
Yeah,
horrible.
that
though.
one. Yeah, that one. He just basically, it's not even scary. It's just a dude that pops up, and the game's just like, bleh. That's it. Like,
Nah,
he's
it's
not-
still
yeah, no, I don't like it. I'm not a big fan. Of jump scares.
unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't really like jump scares that much. But yeah,